All right, you guys. Well, we are going to get started with some amazing recognition. Do me one favor before Jess pops on here. Look at that banging body and cute hair. One thing you're grateful for right now, just blow up the chat. Like, not sentences, like literally one word. Like grateful for Peloton, grateful for a puppy, grateful for ice cubes. Oh, that's 2 words. It's so blazing hot in Colorado. Just one word. Blow it up in the chat. Something you're grateful for. And I'm going to mute and turn it over to you, Jess.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. I love it. I love gratitude and I'm so excited. And I'll tell you what, speaking of gratitude, I'm feeling some serious, just wow. I can't even believe the recognition across these teams. And I just want to honor some of you guys were out at corporate. I know you had a great visit. I saw some people making some huge declarations. I know Lauren introduces us, a couple of us on Threads, and just talks about when people declare major goals and they get into massive action, it inspires me. So just huge credit to some of you ladies. You know who you are. I've recently had conversations and connections with, and I'm so excited for all of you. Let's go. That's all I have to tell you. I want to just acknowledge. So first, let me just say I'm going to do team win first, some rank advancements. Guys, Crystal Director, Christy LeBlanc and Michelle Hammonds, huge deal. So proud of you. Way to go on this, second to highest rank in the company. Crystal Manager, Chelsea Noble, David Larson, and Michelle Brocky. Michelle, you're brand new. She was on a trip, on a vacation. She jumped on one of our calls, listened in from a vacation, and then had me on a Zoom last night with a whole bunch of new leaders. Unbelievable, Michelle. Way to go. Top enrollers, Nikki Rempel, Shelly Wrestler, Shelly Smith, Michelle Brocky, 6 people. Wow. Christy LeBlanc, Jenny Min, Vanessa Blankensop, Evan Hernandez. Evan Hernandez just got started, had this unbelievable, enrolled 4 people. I mean, literally just started. Jessica Tagliaferri, Danielle Burwee, woo woo, speaking of Peloton gratitude, Beth Dibble, 4, Kathy Garrison Schneider. You guys are the top enrollers on the team. So impressive. Way to go. Can you guys make some noise for them in the chat? Just fire. Dreamers in action. What's up with the rank advancements? Michelle Mitchell, Jennifer Wemple, Colby Godber, Tammy Gunhus, Rebecca Brooks, Annette Hernandez, and Angela Godber. Let's just say this, 1 order away from Crystal Director and a plan fully mapped out for Crystal Executive this week with the promo. That's what I'm talking about. This is the rank advancement week. Top enrollers were Barbara, holy moly on them. Turning to page 2. Barbara Hawk, I don't want to give you, you're the only one on this page. I'm flipping over. Got Claire Eby, Angela Godber, Krista Michael, Jennifer Wemple, Colby Godber, Annette Hernandez, Laura Laurie, Rebecca Brooks, Michelle Mitchell, Carolyn Wentz, Ashley Kerr, Suni Hop, Tammy Gunhus, Ebis Madden, I hope I'm saying that right, Keisa Maxwell, Jenny Thompson, Kathy Rowland, Kimberly Howe, Kathy Drenick, Julie Wyckoff, and Stephanie Dunn. Gosh, guys, I love the recognition. You know what I love so much? And I've said this, I think every time that I read the recognition, what's the coolest thing is that I see all these new names that I'm still learning how to pronounce, and forgive me if I get them wrong, names that I've been with this teams since I can remember. And that's the coolest thing, is that you're still in action. If you have tenure, still in action. If you're brand new, you're jumping in. This company offers some kind of action and some kind of recognition for every person. It doesn't matter if you've been here, if you've been out of the loop, out of action, come back. You've got this. I wanted to talk tonight, and it's right. It's what we just read about Angela, that she's got this plan mapped out, because it's a promo week. If you've heard about the promo, drop a 1 in the chat for me. But this promo is sweet. Why is it so sweet? I'm going to talk first about maximizing, optimizing, and running with this promo. Why this promo is unlike so many others is it's for everyone. Okay, so what does that mean? So I take 2 buckets of people, my prospects and my existing customer base. Guys, you can go build a whole new business. But you know what? You have a massive customer base right now that benefits from this promotion. There's a lot of people who've gotten out. They ordered collagen, they had some shipping delays, and they were like, oh, I loved it, but I don't want to wait. Well, now we're back to it dropping by drone. So now's the time to go back to those people and go, hey, I don't know if it's time to restock or if people are chasing you down the road to get to really just want to see what you're doing. They want to do it too. This is the week. And you send out a great graphic along with some text, really short, and just go, this is an awesome week. New and existing customers, free shipping, 10% off. You can really choose your promo. And I'm stocking up. And I always tell people, this is what I'm getting. I put in an order in my husband's account today, grab the 10% off and the free shipping. And I'm going to put an order in through my own account later on. I like to stock up on the stuff. We use so much stuff. If you haven't used, drop in the chat, because there's a lot of people who've been working with us for a long time who go, excuse me, did you know about the bamboo polish? Did you know how good the lotion is? Guys, our lotion looks unassuming. It's not real flashy. If you know a better hand and body lotion and cream, more moisturizing, more creamy, the cleanest ingredients, you got to tell me, because it is so awesome. XM Plus changed my life, and I'm pretty sure it changed Adrienne McGovern and her husband's life. XM Plus and Super Mix. Still to this day, my husband talks about how he can't believe that he had to learn about, he's like, my wife, you're a leader in isogenics, and I had to learn about Super Mix from our neighbor at the shore, because Super Mix is Terry McGovern only talks about Super Mix. That's all he ever talks about. And so, yeah, there you are, Adrienne, Super Mix, that's it. But so many people don't realize how great the products are. This is the time to check it out, because they're essentially, you're getting some products for free. And I tell people, oh, you were wondering about our collagen bone broth, our repair. You wanted to try the Rejuvenate skincare line. You wanted to try Nitro. I mean, you and I asked Stephanie Pascavage, who's a fitness instructor. She's looking all fit right now. Ask her, Nitro, game changer. Tony Barbine loving the Zango. So I will tell you, there just are some great things. I go category by category. I will tell you, I'm doing a challenge, and I'll just let you guys in on a secret. I know our collagen has vitamin C, but I'm doing mega doses of C light, because I've been reading all this stuff about just how much C combined with collagen really is such a great amplifier. And I'm just doing mega doses of vitamin C right now. Anything your body doesn't use, you excrete. So I'm just seeing what the differences are. And so I just bought a whole bunch of C light. I always buy Isoflush. And oh yeah, and Denise, you're one of the people who recommended that I double up on the C light. Isogenesis, oh, stop. So that's what I'll tell you, is let your existing customers know about things. Send them links. I found that when you make life easy for people, they take action. But if you give me lots of choices and you just tell me, oh, it's 10% off. Like my girlfriend, I love what she sells. And she'll say like, oh, we're having a promo. I'm so overwhelmed by the options on that site that I buy nothing, even though I would like to capitalize. But if she said, Jessica, I know you need to try and would love this, this, and this, the collagen bone broth, E-shots, Bia, Nitro, bamboo skin polish. If you just said like, hey, there's 4 things, you should check these out. Send them a link so they don't have to go do the research. Because in a busy world like this, make things easy for people. And so I'm going to tell you, new customers like that, shoot them some ideas of things that they might like, and then go through and use Penny to shoot that off. So easy. Okay. So that's the first thing, is make sure people don't miss it. Post in the pages. It's such a big deal. And I'm going to remind you why I'm so adamant that if you're adding people, if you're building a team and you're adding people to our pages, why is it important that you post? Well, some people get notifications of that page only when you post. It might remind them, it might trigger them. Do you know how many things that I think about, like, oh, I should buy that, I should do that. Great intentions, really poor follow through, because it's not top of mind. It sinks down on my list of priorities. I'm just going to urge you, use Penny, reach out to your existing customers, or go through the back office and shoot them a text, because their phone numbers are in there. If there are people who you've enrolled that have enrolled a lot of people and they've just stepped out because of life, contact their downline, let people know. I'd also say to you that I would now talk to prospects and I would let them know. So you're reaching out, you're posting in the pages, you're commenting on things so people are seeing it, you're bumping it, supporting posts, and then you're also reaching out to new people. And so anyone who you ever thought, people have been on your list, go back through your messenger, go back through your sticky pads, your notepads, and see who is talking to you. I literally go back through and I just literally look at my phone contact text. I go back deep in my messages, just make sure who was I talking to? Who maybe had a price concern? Who maybe said it wasn't the right time or they were out on a trip? and go back to them and just set a goal that you're going to help as many people get started this week as you possibly can. And what Angela's doing, Angela, you're a genius. It's a rank advancement week. So it's the week to not just get people started, but immediately, who do you know that would want to try this with you and get them the discount? I don't want your friends and your family to miss out on this discount. It's this week. So let's get them started. And so that's what I would tell you, is that leverage this amazing promotion and you build this. And here's what I want to tell you. So there's like short-sighted me used to look back and go, oh, a promo week, that's awesome. But I really wasn't thinking for the long game. So here's now what I think about. So this is going to create a high volume week for your team, right? Like, because we're in action. But guys, here's what I look at is that think about when I count up, then forward 4 weeks. You know what that does? That means that you should, if we're doing this right, and people are loving the products and we're really managing them through their process and their experience, 4 weeks should be a big week also. Okay. So I'm not just going to, I don't like big mountains of weeks. I don't like those peaks and valleys. So what this means is that this is a great week, but next week I'm going to do some other things to really just be on these people. I'm going to create a list. Anybody who's not ready, being honest with you, you never advertise this on your page, but some weeks like next week, I might say to people, hey, I'll give you back my bonus, my single PIB on an Afterglow beauty bundle if they miss the shipping. Keep that in your back pocket. I do it. Is it compliant? I'll never advertise it because you can't give someone an unfair advantage. But if someone's your friend, my cousin, whatever, I'm just telling you right now that that's what I will typically do to avoid those peaks and valleys of weeks. You don't want a huge week and then another 4 weeks, huge week. I like to create some even cadence in my business, but we know this is going to be a great week for your team. Next thing I do, I go through the back office and I look at who could we get a 5-cycle bonus. I remember Janny Elo looking at Lauren and I and saying, do you guys want to create the most mega, extraordinary, mind-blowing incomes in this company? Never look at your own cycles, get obsessed with getting other people paid. And that advice has served us both really well, is getting people paid. And there's no better week to get people paid than this one, because there's a lot of people who today are like, oh my gosh, I already have 2 cycles on the screen. Well, let's figure out a plan to get them the first 2 times that people hit 5 cycles on the screen. As long as they were a consultant the full week, the week before, they can earn a $250 bonus each time. For 1 star, you have to be manager. We had to have a manager. So I look at anyone you had as manager last week. If they get to 10 cycles on the screen, they get $500 2 different times, the first 2 times that they do it. Look for anyone who's director. Can we get them to 2-star? Anyone who's executive, can we get them to 3-star? Who can we rank advance? And looking at new consultants. Janny called it pirates. If you guys heard that term, it just means they have 1 leg. So who do you have that's a pirate? Who do you have that's just enrolled someone? Who do you have that's coming to you and going, you know what? My sister did mention that she's interested in this. Awesome. Does she have a spouse that she'd enroll, a child that's older than 18, another friend, because she'll get $200. So I'm going to talk about vision casting and just some thoughts that I have, because I personally just am in love with dreaming big with people. And there's a couple of things that I found to be super effective with casting the vision. If you're on here and you want to get better at casting the vision for people, drop a 2 for me, just so I can really understand this audience. If you're like me, when I first came on, there's some 2s. All right, yeah, let's get great at sharing it. It changes everybody's life. When I first came on into Isagenix, I'll be honest with you. Do you know what I did? I shared the product, and that was all I shared. And I was like, oh, people might share with other people. That's cool. They do or not. Products are awesome. That's all I shared and all I started with. And honestly, it's a good way to like get started in Isagenix, but it's really a comfort zone. And honestly, when you get outside your comfort zone, people need the product of this opportunity as much as they need the products themselves. Our opportunity, our income opportunity, is as much a product that Isagenix offers as our amazing suite of wellness products. And the world right now, more than ever, is looking for them. And so I'm going to tell you, if you're in your head about sharing this income opportunity, if you've earned $1 in this company and it's blessed you, we have an obligation to tell other people, because the income has changed my family's life. And I just think about, what if someone just thought like it was ego, or it was assumption, or it was, just fear, and they never told me, or they never told you. And what a difference this community would be. What a difference your family's lives would be. And I just think, wow, what a shame if we, because of our own, like, whatever it is, our own story that we're telling ourselves, we don't get out of it. So here's the first thing that I really think about is, who am I casting the vision for? And I really want you to think about that, because there's sometimes where I practice, like you're 16 and you're checking me out at the grocery store, and I'm just practicing on casting the vision. I say, do you love this job? You're amazing. That I love how you asked me if I found everything I was looking for with such enthusiasm. And I felt you're caring. You are an empathetic and awesome person. But meanwhile, he's like a 16-year-old sophomore in high school, and I'm just practicing. But I want to think about, who are you casting the vision for? Do they want to catch a vision? Are they someone you'd want on your team? Because I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes people are looking for a pulse and a heartbeat, and you're looking in the wrong places, and energetically, it's not going to work. You wouldn't want them on your team. So here's the first thing that I tell people. When you're thinking deliberate, my energy is, I have a gift. This is to giving to people something that could change their life. This isn't them doing me a favor. I'm specifically choosing who I want on my team. And so this is the kind of thing I think about. I think, would I want to invite them to dinner? Would I want them as role models for my children? Would I want to earn luxury travel, share a limo? Would I want to take a bus with them? Would I want to be stuck without deodorant with them? I think about these things. Like, do they make me laugh? Do they share my values? Would I want to just take over the world with them? Would I like to hang out with people they hang out with? And you think about those things. You think about, like, is this a good teammate for me? Would they be fun at doing this? Would they love this? Could I envision it for them? So the first thing is, I want to urge you to really get clear about who you want on your team, because you could cast vision for the wrong people all day long, and it's not you. You're the best vision caster in the whole company. And if you're casting it for the wrong people, it's not going to energetically align, and it won't work. And I love you, but I'm looking for very specific types of people. I'm going to cast the vision. If you're 16 and you're a sophomore little boy at the grocery store, I'm just practicing. But I'm not, the people that I'm really like, you would be amazing. You would be amazing at doing what I'm doing. So the next thing I want to tell you about casting the vision. When I'm on a vision call with people, people say that, like, they've gotten on vision calls with me and they're expecting one thing, and I think they're going to get a different thing. So here's what's going to happen if I'm going to get on a vision call with you. And I remember there's some people on here that I'm thinking, gosh, I remember being on a vision call with you. And the biggest thing I'll tell you is, you want to learn to be a masterful question asker. You want to be insanely curious about people. This is not the worst I'm ever in isogenics, is when I'm talking more than I'm listening. If I'm doing all the talking, no. It's annoying to the other person, because you know what? And frankly, the most magnetic factor in other people is people who are genuinely interested in learning about you. And here's the way to connect with people. So I'm going to ask you, tell me about what you're doing now. What do you do? What do you do for income? Do you love it? How many hours a week are you spending on that? What did you do before that? How did you get great at that? And what do you think makes you so successful at that? What is the reason you think you've had such success? And I asked them about their career and how they earn money. And I asked them what they love. If money was no object, what would you be doing? What set your soul on fire? If I told you you could earn unlimited income doing blank, what did you want to be when you were growing up? What stopped you from doing that? Tell me about what you were like in it. Are you in a relationship? Do you have children? I learned about their life. And guys, I've been doing this so much that I can remember. If you told me something 4 years ago when I had during a vision call, I'll bring it back up to you now, because now it's so ingrained. I'm so focused in on what people are saying. But when I first started, I would make notes. In fact, I just was looking before I was getting on the call, I was on a vision call with 6 people, and I was literally listening to what they said, and I was making notes about each person. And so I'm listening to that. I'm asking follow-up questions. And when I was more junior at doing this, when they were answering, I was thinking about what my next question was. But I'm going to urge you, I promise you, if you listen to people and if you're genuinely curious about them, it's magnetic. People want to be with people who are genuinely interested in learning. Don't think about what you're going to ask them next. Listen to what they're saying. And it's just a great conversation. If I saw you in the grocery store and you were my neighbor, we'd have a conversation. I'd ask you questions. I'd be super interested in your life. It's the same way. I want to just know what lights you on fire, what excites you. Have you been using our college? Have you ever tried our products? Do you love them? What have your results been? What are your thoughts? What do you like the best about them? What do you think about our systems or our pages? Was there a post, if you're in our pages, what post is there any posts that stuck out to you? Did you see the one about the lady parts? I always like to just ask people what they've seen, what they like. And I'm always asking, I remember being like a young salesperson, and people say, this manager that I had, it was such a great trainer. And he would say, remember when you're looking to uncover a need in someone, ask questions that you know where you're going to get the answers. You know that you're not going to ask a question to set somebody up for like, it's going to be bad. Like during shipping time, when we were having some challenges, I wasn't like, how are you liking our shipping? Are you enjoying it? Did it arrive in a timely fashion? I'm not going to go and like step into a landmine with people. But typically when you're asking people about what they dream about, what they love, where they've been, where their struggles have been, and then I want you to really digest that as they're talking. And I want you to tell them something that you noted when they said that. Like oftentimes I'm talking to people, and let's say I was on the phone the other day with this amazing esthetician. She loves people. And I just said, do you know, her name was Lucy. I said, Lucy, do you know, when you were telling me a little about your life, the pitch of your voice completely changed when you started talking about how when people walk out of your salon, when they feel great about themselves, like how good it makes you feel. Your whole voice changed when you were saying that. And I can just tell that lights you up. And I know you said it, but I don't know if you ever realized this, but your whole countenance changed. I think that is so awesome. People like you, people that care so much about leaving people better than they found them, people who are so blessed when other people feel great, are amazing at what we do. You would be absolutely amazing. I often listen to people, what they say. And one of the questions that I ask people is, are you one of those people who tells people about things that they love? And that's a great question to ask people, because most people are networkers. They just don't get paid for it. I personally see people all the time recommending books and restaurants online. I just ask them, are you one of those people who, if you love something, you tell other people? And then that leads into a conversation where I talk to them, I go, it's so interesting because people often look at this industry and they just say, oh, I would never be one of those people. And then I think, gosh, so many people are networkers, they still get paid for it. And with this, we have this product that is so game changing. It's so amazing. You'll want to tell people for free, but when you do and people order it, they pay you. I also acknowledge upfront. So this is another thing that the person who really trained me in sales really told me, is that if you know that you always get an objection, or you know that the person might have some roadblock, address it up front. Don't wait. Don't feel scared like, oh my gosh, what if they bring up blah, blah, blah. So for example, I always go head on into, listen, I meet a lot of people like you, Stephanie, who say, oh my gosh, when I say, Stephanie, you'd be amazing. This is exactly what I say. Stephanie, you'd be amazing at what I do. And people like Stephanie go, I'm never going to be one of those people. And I acknowledge this industry has earned a lot of the stigmas that it carries. We've earned it. And I often tell people there's two things that we do in this industry that make me nuts. And I spend a ton of time counterbalancing what people think about those people. And I say, one is we've really bastardized social media. We've really exploited it. That post and pray, buy this now, ask me how, where in the buttons. We just aren't doing that. In our team, we have a very simple system for sharing. It's based on professionalism. It's people who run very successful businesses who've designed this. Anyone can do it. It's not weird. It's not the sticky kind of gross, hey girl kind of things that you've seen. And the second thing that I've seen other companies do, where I just feel, gosh, it's such a disservice to the entire industry, is they're telling people, hey, come make money with me, and they don't know how to do it. It's the second thing that I know that we've gotten figured out here. And so when people are sharing things up front where they have a challenge, listen to them. So if somebody says to me, girl, I've done network marketing, it's not for me. Don't rush to correct that. Oh, girl, it's for you. It's for you. Never rush what you're trying to do. If somebody says that, it's not for me. So if Ann White says to me, hey, this isn't for me, And I actually think I can remember I was on a bike talking to Ann White, doing a vision call with Ann White. I fell off my bike talking to her. She was so awesome. And I remember her being like, I did some network marketing. I don't know sure if it's real. Okay. Well, tell me more about your experience. And then Ann White was in beauty control. And I think her and Holly they want a whistle and a coffee mug. So I remember being like, okay, tell me more about your experience with that. Okay. And did you do well? What were the things that you didn't like about it? And so I'm always collecting information, and I'm clarifying it. Okay. So that's one of the greatest things. My husband and I did in a marriage workshop. Everyone hears me talk about Imago, changed our marriage. But here's one of the greatest things that we got out of it. It's conversational mirroring. So let's say Lisa tells me, I ask Lisa, tell me what you did. What was the best thing about your day? And Lisa says, oh my gosh, my twins they were in a happy mood all day long, and they were playing together so nicely. The art of mirroring. Have you guys ever heard when you interview, if you're sitting this way and I'm sitting like this, unconsciously you like me more if we're sitting the same way? Have you guys heard about the body physical mirroring? Well, in conversational mirroring, I'd say to Lisa, did I hear you correctly? Your twins were playing nicely together and they didn't have one argument. Are you being serious? Is that what they said? And so conversational mirroring, they really urge you to do it with a partner. It's awesome if you're a parent. Do it with your children. My kids, I've noticed, have never felt more heard than when I'm just repeating back to them exactly what they said. Did I understand what you said? Did you really say your teacher screamed at you because she thought you said something when you were supposed to be in quiet time? Did she really get mad about that? Tell me more. And it's just one strategy that I found is such a good part of vision casting. Lauren, when you said that you have some stigmas about network marketing, you've been really uneasy about it because you feel like it's spammy. Is that the main thing that you were trying to do? You were saying is the real stigma. Is that the main thing? And Lauren might say that, but there's one other thing. And the one other thing sometimes is the heart of the matter. It's what we really want to address. But I will tell you that being heard, it's such a great human need. When someone hears you and you feel heard, and people say, I feel seen. Well, I think a lot of times what people mean is they feel heard. It's what we all long for. It's so arresting and so magnetic to me when someone's like, I heard you and I want to clarify. I want to make sure that I exactly understood what you were saying. There's another question that I know it changed my life. I know it changed Lauren's life. And we were mentored by the same woman. And she said, how much would it take to make this worth your time? And I think that is the single greatest question that changed my life. And you guys don't have to have earned Janie Elo kind of money to ask that question. Because I will tell you, across these teams, we have deep benches of people proving our comp plan is the best in the industry, proving that it's not just a couple of people creating impact and income. This is depth and duplication at its finest. In fact, I would say it's going to become what you guys are doing, every person on this call, I would venture to say it will become the gold standard of what the company wants to blueprint, because it is something to behold. But it's proof, right? It's proof. So you have the authority to ask people, how much would it take to make this worth your time? Don't be scared to ask that question. I know it changed Lauren's. I know it changed your life. It changed my life. I would have never come over if I wouldn't have understood the possibility. And with conviction, when someone answers, well, I don't know, how much would it take? And I remember telling Janie, like an exorbitant number. I thought this woman she's gonna hang up the phone and think I'm gonna think we had a bad connection. There's gonna be a dial tone. Instead, with posture and conviction, she said, let's go. Let's go. That is the absolute best response. And I'm going to urge you with confidence and conviction, when people tell you what it would take to make this worth their time, maybe it's not money. Maybe it's not an amount of money. Maybe it's, hey, if I had the time. I did a call with a woman today on Tony Barbin's team that I just thought, whoa, this woman's exceptional. It's not for the money. It's for the time. She's sick of it. She's had it. She's overwhelmed, exhausted, and burnt out. She doesn't need the money. She doesn't want to have to do what she's doing anymore. So for her, it's the time. What would it take, Lynn, to make this worth the time that I want you to invest to create something that could completely disrupt what you're doing right now? It would take you telling me I would be able to have freedom to go live. They have she called it a tiny home in New Jersey. I want to live in my tiny home. Okay. What do we need to do to make that happen? And you, with conviction and confidence, each of you can say, we can show you how to do it. Whether you can draw out the comp plan and show people 5K in 5 weeks and how to get to 6 figures in 6 months, whether you can do it, it doesn't matter. Number one, we can teach you how to do it, but you can use our systems, the ad tag message system. Get them into a Facebook message, an Instagram DM, at the last resort, get them into a text message with someone who can explain it. Put them on with Jackie Kirby, put them on with Lauren, with Jenny, with Kisa, any of these people. Get into a 3-way. And across these teams, guys, I want to honor the fact that I see some of you working completely across Team Win, Dreamers. There is nothing, Lauren and I talked about that one day. Like, that's what we did. I dreamed of having a team that cross-pollinated with other teams, that didn't care about financial investment or financial connection, had zero interest or concern for that, just wanted to serve other people and was open to receiving that help from others. And I'm honoring each of you because I'm seeing it all over the place, and it's working. Holy cow, Lauren, it's working, right? These women are empowering each other. These men are firing each other up. They're saying, we can do this. Let me give you my resources. Let me contribute. And so I remember Jenny Elo telling us, like, you're going to get from the team so much, and then you're going to give back to the team. It's happening. So my point in asking people these bold questions is when they answer with confidence and conviction, say, we can show you how to do it. If we could show you how to do it, are you open to looking at this as a real viable opportunity? Are you open? I like to ask people on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about this? Are you serious about changing your life? Kathy Coover tells me all the time. I say, Kathy, who are we looking for? I'm about to open my reentry. And she said, I say, Kathy, remind me again, who am I looking for? Jessica, you are looking for someone with a burning desire to change their position in life. Guys, that's it. That's who you're looking for. I don't care if it's your financial position, your health position, the time you have, the position that you have of just be able to give and serve and contribute. Someone who has a burning desire to change their position in life. And when people get very clear, when you get very clear about who you're looking for, I surely promise you that they will come flooding in. Last night we did a manifestation call, and I'm going to do it with this team. And so some of you are new. So I want to just tell you that I'm a huge believer in what you envision comes true. And I think I've told some of you this story. I'm going to tell you, for anybody new, that I've never really had a very nice car. Adrian McGovern used to joke that I had earned $1 million.
Hey, Jess.
Yeah.
Real quick, because I want you to end on this before you go into this. Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
You guys, everything that she's saying, I first want to just honor that if you're saying, oh my gosh, that sounds so awkward, or she makes it sound so easy, go for it, right? I mean, we all know the famous line, like, you're going to miss 100% of the shots you don't take anyways, but you will be shocked. Like, I remember Janny telling us to go to the next level because Jess and I could create consultants, where, like, get your products for free. Hey, let me help you eat for free. But there wasn't any other depth. And she said, you're not getting to the why. You don't understand why they want to do this. And she knew right away. Jessica wanted to have, you guys see my puppy? Jessica wanted to have, her summer at the beach house. Like, I wanted to, furnish my apartment. I mean, she knew right away, and she would hold that to us. If Janny used to tell me, I remember, you guys, I was a huge football person, and I played fantasy football, and I would tell Janny, like, oh my gosh, I have this thing. And she's like, what the heck is wrong with you? She's like, you had $17 to your name a few weeks ago. She's like, you should play fantasy football in 2 years. Right now, you need to get to work and call me back when you've hit your goal. I remember Jess was so tired one day. She's like, I just really want to sit down and read a book. And she's like, cool, not right now. You're growing. Read a book in 2 years. But she held the mirror up to our face of why we were doing this over and over. And she would just pour into that. She's like, can you imagine all summer long when your kids are boogie boarding at the beach? She would tell me, can you imagine the day you get to walk into those doctor's office and be like, I quit, because they treated me so poorly. And she would just say that to us. And to speak that into them and ask those tough questions, like, why do you really want to do this? And I spent a few days in Arizona with some girls, and we were having the same conversation. I said, dig deeper. Like, why are you here? I said, we're not here in Arizona. You didn't leave 3 kids at home to get your products for free. Like, why are you here? Like, I was trying to get them to tell me. I said, you're looking for these people, and you have to really, really ask those questions. And so go for it. And if you're nervous, if you're uncomfortable, then do exactly what Jess is saying. She was on a call with 6 people. She was on a call with 3 people. They're saying, I have to get you on the call with someone. I've got to just get you on the phone with my friend to hear her story, and allow someone who's so skilled at this to lead the way, to show you, to really answer those questions, because these are the people that are going to run to the moon with you, because they don't see any other options. They want it so bad and they believe that it's possible. And the only other thing I just wanted to say is when people shut it down right away, like Jess did such an amazing job when you say, oh, I've done network marketing and it didn't work, or, oh, I don't want to be a part of those things, to dig in on where that stigma came from. But I want you to hear me and write it down if you have to read it over and over and over again. When someone is not ready or they're closed off to the proposition or the invitation, they don't know what it is, it has nothing to do with you. Don't tell yourself like, oh, they won't enroll with me, but they'll go enroll with Lauren. Oh, they're not going to enroll with me, but they're going to go enroll with Angela, right? No, it's not about, it has nothing to do with you, right? It is just kind of where they are in their life. It took me years to say yes to this industry. I wasn't ready for it. My pain had not reached to a point that I had the burning desire to do something different, and everybody just comes to that at their own time. Your job is to be the storyteller. Your job is to be, the mission builder, the vision caster, and just be putting it out there and support kind of whatever they say. So exactly what Jess said of getting them to tell you why, I'm able to say it's different here, but just know it has nothing to do with you. So don't shut down. If they're like, no, that's not for me, don't internalize that. Just keep going a little bit more and stay so clear on what Jess says, that you have this amazing gift. You all are on this call because someone gave you this amazing gift. I don't care if you saw a Facebook post and that's how you got started. If you had just bought a recommended cart link and used the products, you wouldn't be on this call. Something more magnanimous has happened in your life, which is why you're here. Don't steal that away from other people, worried about what they think about you. Be so committed to what you can do to pay it forward. So that was the only thing I just wanted to say before you go into this amazing.
I love it so much. And I think some people I think this vision casting is such magic. It's something that's so evasive to them, they could never do it. And honestly, at the end of the day, if you really think about it, it's just being super outrageously curious about people, listening to what they say, clarifying it, and then asking them, if I could show you how to do it, are you open to it? If I could show you, I can hear the dreams that you have. If I could show you how to turn that dreamer on again and make some of those things reality, would you be open to it? And it may not be me that shows it to you, but would you open if I introduced you to someone who could completely roadmap this for you, who's done what you're describing? And so I would just really urge you guys to ask great questions, be insanely curious about people. And when you like something about someone, tell them. I've been in Ubers with Lauren where she says, hey, you have a magnetic personality, John. You'd be amazing at what we do. You'd be awesome. And John's like, what do you do? We have a virtual franchise partner with this company. It's an unbelievable opportunity. We work from home, help people create passive residual streams of income. So Lauren says something amazing. Guys, you can learn to say that. And then what she says is, I'd love to connect with you. I know we don't have time right now. I don't want to take up your time, but I'd love to connect with you. And then what does she do? She learns about him and she asks questions, understands what are his pains, what are his joys, what does he desire? And so that's what I would say to you. What I started saying about not driving a nice car, and I decided that I was upgrading from my minivan and I wanted to get a Cadillac Escalade. And I wanted to pay a certain amount. I wanted to use navy blue Cadillac Escalade. My kids and I were driving in my van last summer at the Jersey Shore. And I had told the guy that was helping me find this car, this is what I want, a navy blue one. And they're very difficult to find. And he said that year, I said I wanted under 15,000 miles. And then I told him, this is what I want to pay. And he laughed. And so he said, there's number one, I can't find you a navy blue one. I certainly can't find you on low mileage for that price. And so I said, okay, so the kids and I are driving in my disgusting minivan. And I said, kids, imagine this navy blue Escalade. Be careful, the leather seats, doesn't they smell so good? They're tan. Look at this odometer, has such low miles. The sound system is amazing. What do you guys want to listen to? This is just awesome. Feel the breeze coming in. All these cool functions. I don't even know what all this stuff does, but gosh, this navy blue car is just so rare and I'm loving it. And so their kids are in the car with me. Now we're in the ugliest green shade of minivan, Honda minivan you could ever see. But in our minds, we were in a navy blue Escalade. And I will tell you that days later, the man that was helping us find the car goes, this is the craziest thing. But not only did I find you an Escalade that's navy blue, that's under 15,000 miles. And I think it's mispriced. And by the way, it's at a dealership. We're in New Jersey in the summer. It's at a dealership that's in New Jersey. Can you get to it? And anyway, I have a navy blue used Escalade in my garage that I paid somehow they must have mispriced it. But I will tell you that I believe so much in the power of group visualization. And so given what we were talking about tonight, as a group, can we all just together just do a visualization? As a team, we often do this. I did it last night with Holly Kirsch and a couple other people on our team, Kim Malmstrom, and we just jumped on, and Janelle Kelly, we just jumped on and we just really talked about the vision. And so I'm going to tell you, I'm going to speak this into you. And I want everyone, if you don't mind, if you're on here, I want you in your mind just to have this movie screen playing in your head. And I want to envision it for our entire team, for everyone in Isagenix and for you individually. And so I'm going to talk about it and I want you to see it in your head. Okay, everybody together. Guys, I'm looking at the 66 people on here and I cannot believe what you've accomplished. This promo week was the biggest week in your business. But what's so incredible is that the next few weeks have also surpassed it. You are on a trajectory of massive growth. And look in your back office right now. The number of cycles that you see is quadruple what it has been. And you're on pace to have such epic growth. Kathy Coover, by the way, pick up your phone. She just called you. She's on caller ID, Kathy Coover. Jim's in the background, answer, because Kathy's on the line. And she just wants to tell you, what are you doing? What are you doing, Denise? What are you doing, Sherry? Katie, what are you up to? Jim, and I can't believe you, Desiree. You're unbelievable. Kimberly, Daniela, love what you're up to. Tony, this growth you've had is incredible. You're at the top of the global top achievers board. You're at every leader in action. Your business is exploding and people are flooding in. I don't know if you're going to have to hire someone to help you respond to messages, but you're magnetizing people who have a burning desire to change their position in life. That huge goal that you set, the impact goal, the income goal, the golden circle, the executive, the crystal, bringing crystal executives to the table, they're flooding into your business. It's happening for you. The click, the magnet, the shift, it's happening for you. Pack your bags. You're going to need extra sunblock for Cabo. Kathy is announcing that they're having a dinner, a private dinner at her and Jim's Cabo home, and they want you to come. Bring extra sunscreen and a fabulous outfit because you're going to want to wear it there. You're literally getting a phone call. She wants you to do a glow and grow call. She wants to know, what are you doing in your business? The consistency, the activity, the depth, the duplication. She wants to know, what are you doing? You're amazing and exceptional. Your family is looking at you and going, you truly are the best version. You've never looked better. You've never looked better since I've known you. And I love the way you're showing up with such authenticity, showing up and just pointing, just such gratitude and shining your light. You are amazing. Your business is in growth. You are amazing. Your team loves you. You are fabulous. Guys, I hope that you're feeling it for this team, for yourself, for this company, next level in every way. And honestly, we're all going to have next level in our garage. I truly feel it. I believe it. I'm so grateful to be partnered with each of you. And I hope you have the most amazing promo week. Let's go maximize it. Have a great night, guys.